Okay, this is ACP Geometry Summer Packet, page 8. Okay, all right. Solve using one variable. The sum of two numbers is 16. The greater of the two numbers is one more than 4 times the lesser number. Okay. So we have to express one number by the other number. So let's say the one number is the x. And the greater of the two number is one more than the 4 times the lesser number. So the other number is one more than the 4 times the lesser number. So that's the other number, right? This is the first number, and that's a lesser number. And the greater number is one more than 4 times the lesser number, okay? And sum of these two digits or two numbers is 16. So x plus 1 plus 4x equals 16. So that means 5x plus 1 equals 16. That means 5x is 15. Then x equals 3. Okay? The tough part on this problem is this. Once you get that, the rest is not that bad. The width of a certain rectangle is 2 meters greater than half the length. 4 times its length is 26 meters greater than its perimeter. What are the dimensions of this rectangle? Okay, and solve using one variables. This actually is easier to use two variables and solve as a system. So I show you that and also show you the one variable version. Okay, so I call the length of the rectangle L and the width of the rectangle W. So this is using two variable way. Then you have to solve as a system. Okay, the width of the certain rectangle is 2 meters greater than half the length. Okay, so W, the width of the rectangle, would be 2 meters greater than half the length. So 1/2 of the length. Okay, and 4 times its length, 4 times its length is 26 meters greater than its perimeter. Perimeter, you remember, is 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. Okay, so these are the two relationships. This is length and width. Okay, so now you have two variables, the W and L, and you have two equations. You can solve it. But also what you see is the W is expressed with L, right? So you can substitute this in here, right? And then that's what it's asking using one variable. So skip this step and go straight there, which I think it's too hard. So you can go from here and eliminate W by substituting in it. Let's just clean this up first. There's a 4L here and 2L here. So you can subtract 2L from both sides and you get 2L equal 26 plus 2W, right? I just subtracted 2L's from both sides. And now I see 2, 26, and 2. There's a factor of 2 in common. So I can divide everything by 2, and then you get L equals 13 plus W. So far so good. I just divided by 2 here. Okay, and now I know the W is this. So I'm going to put that in there. So that means L is 13 plus 2 plus 1/2 L. Okay, so that means L minus 1/2 L have to equal 15. So 1/2 L, 1 minus 1/2 is 1/2, L equal 15. So then L have to be, if you are half of L is 15, then L have to be 30. Okay, so now when L is 30, W have to be 2 plus 1/2 of 30, which is 15. So have to be 17. So L is 30 and W is 17. Okay, so it says solve using one variable, but we got to the one variable equation here, right? So that's okay. I would accept this as a correct answer. Okay, write a system of two equations with two variables and solve each problem. Okay, so this is a system problem. The difference between 3 times one number and the lesser one is 37. The number of the greater number and twice the lesser number is the sum of the greater number and the twice the lesser number is 38. Find the numbers. Okay, so let's put up two variables. Let's call it x and y. Okay, let's call this is lesser and this is greater, so y is greater than x. Okay, the difference between the 3 times one number and a lesser one is 37. So a lesser one we said x, and 3 times one number, so wait, 3 times one number and the lesser one. Okay, so that it should be 3 times y, and it's a difference, so minus x have to equal 37, right? The 3 times one number and the difference and the lesser number is 37. Good. And the sum of the greater number, so greater number is y, and the twice the lesser number, so sum, so it's plus, twice the lesser number is 38. Okay, so that's the system. Now I want you to have a habit of writing this next to the system. When you have a system equation, you want to set it up with two variables equal constant, two variables equal constant, and put the system mark next to it. That will help you greatly to clear up your workspace. If you have one equation over here and another equation somewhere over here, in the process of solving you get lost. Okay, and let's solve this as by elimination. I prefer elimination than substitution, because substitution you end up getting a lot of fractions, and all of you are not a lot more comfortable with whole numbers than the fractions. Okay, so that means I want to make this a 2x, so you can add these two and eliminate it. So let's make this as 6y minus 2x equal 2 times 37, so that's what, 74, right? And then this is y plus 2x equals 38. So you can add these two equations. So 6y plus y is 7y. This eliminates because you add plus and minus. And 74 plus 38 is 112. Let's see, does that divide by 7? Yes, it does. So y is 16. Okay, the 112 divided by 7 is 16. So now that you got this, we plug this into one of these to get to x. This is probably easier because it's already y, so that means 16 plus 2x equals 38. So that means 2x equal 38 minus 16, which is 22. So x is 11. Okay, 22. Just want to make sure. All right. So these are two numbers. And if you want, you can plug these back in here and see if you get. Let's see. 16 plus 22 is 38. 16 times 3 is 48 minus 11 is 37. Good. Alright, one more. The length of a rectangular garden is 3 times the width. Okay, so the length and the width. The perimeter is 32 meters. What are the dimensions of the garden? Okay, actually this is a lot easier than this one that we have to do. I think. Alright, so the length of a rectangular garden is 3 times the width. So length is greater or equal. It's equal, right? The length of a rectangular garden is 3 times the width. Okay, so L is 3W. And the perimeter is 32 is 2L plus 2W, right? So in this case, this is a system, and this is asking, please solve me in substitute. It's basically similar to this, but this was a lot harder. So you just plug this L in here. So that means 32 equal 2L, so 2 times this, which is 6W, plus 2W, right? So that means that's 8W. So W is 4. And L is 4 times 3 is 12. So the dimension of the garden is 32 times 12. Okay? That's not right. Sorry, the width was 4. The 32 was the dimension. Right? 4. Yeah. So the length is 3 times the width, and the perimeter is 16 plus 24, which is 16 plus 24. No, I'm sorry, 8 plus 24, which is 32. Okay, we're done. By the way, I forgot one thing. We have to check the units, okay? So these ones, it says meters. So this is 4 meter times 12 meter. After you do a problem, you put the answers, check the units, okay? This one, sum of the greater numbers twice now. Find the numbers. Okay, so we are just finding numbers, so you don't need units here. Let's see here the dimensions of a rectangle, and these are meters. So you need meters. And this one is 2 numbers. So the 2 numbers, 16 greater than 2 numbers. Is equal to 3. It doesn't say find 2 numbers, but it's actually, your program is supposed to find 2 digits. So it's a 3, and the other one is 12 plus 1, so it's 13. Okay? Sorry about that.